Hello, everybody, and welcome to the American 700 practice video here. Alongside of me, we have Eric Monaco and Vince Freeze here to bring you practice coverage. And here comes Mitch Hobbs out already here of our practice session. I'll have them speak in just a second. Or actually, do you guys want to say anything right now?
Different agendas, right? Looking at this practice set, some teams are going for that fast hot lap, and some teams are going for the race setups, and some teams are just hoping to get a solid qualifying time in, because we know bump days are coming, as we'll talk later in the broadcast.
Who are you again?
Hey, no.
I don't think the people know who you are, who just spoke.
Vince Freeze. Vince Freeze, my bad.
Eric, you got anything?
Yeah, no. Also, the way these drivers have to approach these races, also how much the tire is going to wear off, and how much fuel they're going to burn, because the temperatures at this track are really high, so it's pretty much going to be a tire wear race, or pretty much a fuel mileage.
Don't forget that reliability too.
Exactly too.
So, the way that we did practice this time is since we have 59 cars attempting, we've split them alphabetically here into two sessions, a 30-car session and a 29-car session. This is everyone from Vincent Allen all the way down to driver Lance Kelvin is the lowest alphabetically. And what's happening is Vince and Eric have access to the Google Doc here, and we will combine them as the session goes on who has what speeds, and therefore at the end of both sessions we could see who are the drivers to watch and who are the drivers that maybe we're going to have to be a little concerned about going into qualifying tomorrow.
One thing to add, Kenny, here, you go for it, Eric.
Oh, sorry. Right top of the board there, Daniel Bouchard sets a 194.990.
Yeah, that's a very good time there by the Silver Speed Brigade.
And one thing to note, Kenny, here, Vince, you're gotta understand the draft, right? You're just practicing the draft. In these single car runs here, there'll be no draft. So let's see what happens. Who's quickest?
And Bouchard goes even quicker with a 196 there.
Flying.
That is a very, very fast time there.
Yeah, it's pretty much the silver speeds that are always dominant at this track. You know, I was run here. I almost won the 500 looking for DJ Curtis, but it shows how much fast the silver speed are been here for the past years. They including had some wins here.
Yeah, here we go. So Mitch Hobbs is actually pretty quick there. Bouchard had to have set that lap with a draft, I think. 196. He's drafting off of Takumi Hirano right now. Hirano, of course, is driving for the F&S Brigade. They were full-time a couple of years ago. But now, they almost didn't even make the American 700 grid this year.
There's Vincent Allen up there. Yeah, he's going to get a draft probably. A lot of these guys, I think, are going to be draft.
Vincent Allen, of course, as you know, is a two-time American 700 champion. Ironically, he has won both the races that finished under the daylight.
Interesting. That's he might have the experience in these conditions too. You're only averaging around 69 degrees here Fahrenheit, and
well, also keep in mind the race will be a night race, though.
Right. So these teams have to adjust the setups from day to night. So what you learn from here will be key.
Eric, you've come closer to winning this race than Vince has. And last year, you were pretty close to winning it last year. What do you need to do to go forward in that kind of a situation?
Well, it's pretty much a fight for survival and see how much your car is going to handle under the conditions at the speedway. You know, even though it starts during the daytime, the track is really hot and all, and then when you enter nighttime, it's still gonna be hot. It's pretty much the magic of this racetrack, you know. And plus, shout out to the Ferraris. You know, they were really fast last year here.
Yeah, Ferrari's not even on the grid this year. Ferrari's sponsoring a car, but they're not on the grid here. Vince, I don't recall how you've done in the American 700 in the past. I know you nearly got a pole.
I won the pole last year.
Yeah, you won the pole last year, but how did that race go for you? Because I don't remember, actually.
I got caught up in messes toward the end. I still finished the race, but yeah, I got caught up in the mess. The one thing I will note last season is we had threats of, I believe, rain, and we also had stages. I think this season we're not doing the stages.
We are not doing stages this year.
So it's a different approach with reliability, for sure.
Exactly. And, oh, I think we have a couple of... We don't have any mechanical issues yet, but... right now, it is a very close battle toward the top here. You've got Noah Hart drafting with Daniel Bouchard, the fastest car on the track right now. Hart, of course, is... No one is locked into this race, as you know. And this is a 30-car session here, and we've only got 28 of them out there right now, so hopefully everybody gets to go out there pretty quick here. Sometimes drivers don't elect to run in practice, though.
Got to give a quick call to Mitch Hobbs. He's been having absolutely horrid luck so far to 8 races in. To see him top 5 in practice, that's one of those feel-good stories you like to see.
Yeah, we've seen that he has speed. It's just he doesn't have a lot of luck, typically.
Yeah, no, and also he was doing quite well. In my win at Texas, he was one of the fast cars. We were both fast. But then the Toyota Supra just died out on us, like somewhere in some races.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much an up and down equipment season for the Toyota development team.
Well, and that's a big thing for you guys, because your guys' reliability, now granted, it hasn't been as bad as the Silver Speed Brigade, which we actually have the 43 out there, who's a Silver Speed car. Fastest car on the grid right now is a Silver Speed. Is there anybody else out there from Silver Speed?
Yeah, sheet here, give me a second. I believe Shepard's in the next session.
Shepard's in the next session. Hamid is in an TRD car.
Oh, what about Dunbar? Chase Dunbar in 12?
In the 12. Yes, Chase Dunbar. We know that those cars are not very reliable, but the TRD cars haven't been very strong either in the reliability department.
Dunbar's 6 miles per hour almost off his teammate, so he needs some work.
Where is Dunbar on this list? Oh, he's down in 25th.
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 Yeah, that... Although he is getting some drafting help. I think that's from Gretchen Faust back there. That'll be something interesting to watch going forward. We're going to go through here and try and find out who has not set a time yet. Raymond Fisher. Raymond Fisher in a Project X car, top 10. Who else is there out there? Anybody? Anybody that you're watching in this group so far that could be a race winner?
So far, you look at Bouchard with he might be good for the race. Vincent Allen, can't count on a legend.
Who was
like
the
that.
first
Griffin,
person?
Right?
Who was the first person you were talking about? Bouchard?
Bouchard.
Oh.
Bouchard right now. Fastest man on the board. The key is reliability, right? So we take out the reliability. You got to look at a guy like Noah Hart. He's been in here. Dewey Fordale with that Supra. You look at Eric Monaco's success at Texas. Ryan Griffin, right? For the most part, he's been extremely consistent all season. And there's Bobby exiting. Jack Halleck from Vision Sport. Yep.
That is Angel in Gray there in a Faulkner Kelly car. Nobody really knows who she is, but she's on the grid. Faulkner Kelly was very impressed with her somehow. I don't know how, but Tyler Berkman not doing the best there in that car. There's Darren Blake.
Always a one-off.
Zolt Dormitory. I'm going to have a tough time pronouncing Hamid's first name, but Dale Cole Jr., Takumi Hirano, and the 99. So everybody's actually out there right now. I'm guessing there's a little confusion there with one of the cars out there, but...
Bouchard?
Yeah, Bouchard's still the fastest car out there.
Now, Kenny, another thing, too, like you said, this is all single cars tomorrow. How...
I think you cut out there, Vince. Yeah, you're cutting out there. Eric, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to American 700 practice, and we have our first mechanical problem of Thunder Week here. We didn't have any in rookie orientation or one-off practice, but Jack Halleck's coming down pit road with a tire going down.
That's what I said. the tires are going to be a big factor here during this race. You know, because due to the heat of the track.
Yeah, there's going to be some big tire issues. Your mic was kind of going a little crazy there, Eric. But Vince, welcome back to the coverage.
Yeah, Eric. I mean, Jack. Really, I wonder if he was pushing so hard in the qualifying lap. You gotta think, sometimes with these guys, they're pushing so hard they wear out their tires faster. Whereas a draft, you can save a little bit. Sometimes with those single car runs, we'll watch that during the qualifying day tomorrow.
We got a car on a long run here. That's Raymond, or we've got some cars on a long run. Sean Ard, Raymond Fisher. Actually, right here's a big one here. Ethan Kiterman. Look at his best lap compared to what he's done on his 18th lap in time-wise. It's almost a 9-mile-an-hour fall-off there. Eric, do you want to explain a little bit about the fall-off that you can get on this track?
Well, it's pretty much
Well, I think we're having more tech problems with Eric Monaco's mic here.
I'll take that one,
right.
Kenny, for sure.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say with these corners, the way the progressive banking works around Fontana, you have to really ease it in there, right? So you're going to see a difference between do guys arc it more into turn one, as you could see Kiterman here arcs it more, or you're going to see guys like Ard who go lower it. I feel like in the outside line more, it chews up the tires, where the inside, you can save a little bit more, you can ease off and play with the throttle. Let's see how Ard on the back and watch his entrance here in the turn three.
Hold on, let's go with a better view. He's arcing it more this time, it looks like.
Yeah, way more on the arc. You could see the higher it gets up there, the dirtier it gets as we just continue to build rubber throughout the entire session.
What do you think?
He's got a little bit of a draft. Yeah.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of draft too. So I wonder what the fall off times are going to be compared to versus a draft versus a single car. That'll be something interesting. But you can ask a question.
What do you think the preferred liner on this track's going to be this year? Considering we've got a new package that's a little bit more handling based than years past.
I really think during the races the tires chew up. You really want to be somewhere where Ard's at, right in the middle. I will see if he does it.
He's going more on the high line, actually.
Yeah, I would be in the middle. I think that the longer the run is, the middle's going to win, whereas Kiterman, let's watch it. Let's compare some cars here.
Car in the wall there. Lance Calvin goes in the wall. On the outside of Do It For Dale Jr.
Yeah, but I would take the
Wow,
high
look at
tire.
Mitch Hobbs, 5 miles per hour off from lap 1 to 21. That's
Yeah, Hobbs has got a heck of a car there if he's only losing 5 miles an hour on his run.
That's the power of the Toyota Supra.
I mean, that is
that
a... Well, that is a Supra, but you got to also keep in mind... You got to also keep in mind, though, that if that car's not falling off that quickly, their tire wear, watch... And he's passing cars left and right. Watch those Supras in the race probably then, because he's...
Kelvin almost in the wall.
Yeah, well,
Kelvin did get in the wall there.
Here we go. Let's look at his lap here, and it's...
Yeah, he fell off a little bit
traffic.
there, but I think the traffic hurt him a bit.
I think it was Fisher that pulled. Yeah, he's been held up by Fisher right now, but they're almost 3 wide for a second there.
Hold on, let's see here.
Bouchard and here.
Do it for that's Dale Cole Jr. coming in. 181 at the end of his lap. That just shows the fall off, though. Remember qualifying this year.
Top of the show.
Remember
that we don't know what these teams are going to be doing. We don't know if we're going for that long run pace show the cars, or we're just going for that qualifying setup. So interesting with the team strategies. You see Ard here; he's going to lose 11 miles per hour now on a run.
Yeah, no draft, but you might get one from Kelvin back there or Jones.
Here's one of the legends, Noah Hart here. On his run, he's fallen off quite a bit as well, but I just cannot believe the pace that Hobbs still has. Right now he's down to about 186, but still on his 24th lap, going on to his 24th lap, he's still running times in the mid-180s. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Mitch Hobbs, a rookie. You would think these guys would have a little bit, but maybe they had that rookie practice. They know the track conditions better than anyone else. As you could see, Kelvin would go underneath Ard there ahead.
What? He went faster because of the draft.
Whoa.
We can tell the draft would be big in this race, that is for sure, on the longer run.
Yeah, but for 1 year, this is the first year where they're not going to be going flat out on the start of a runner on this track. It doesn't look like it, at least. Because it looks like they're losing speed in the corners just on the start of a run.
200, 203, 4, 5, almost 405 in the corner. It's going to get around the outside of the other Supra of Ard.
And,
Yeah,
oh,
but
Ard puts him in the
Ard's
wall!
gonna block him.
Oh, and here comes
Oh.
Vince. Free.
I thought we had a mechanical
comes
problem
Vince.
there, but Vince Freeze now going down low.
Yeah, Freeze gonna
This
take
is your
advantage of
driver
this.
there, Vince, and here he goes. He just came out of the pits, keep in mind, so... I'm wondering if that's what happened with the 11, but I saw him coming out of the pits. Whoa, look at Zayden Davidson up there! Running
Whoa.
the wall line, practically. He has got some speed going down the straightaway here. Ard's finally coming
I think he got
in.
into the wall, too.
What's that,
I think
Eric?
he got into the wall, too. I saw a little spark coming out the wall. I've turned number
Right
2
there, he did
Am I
there.
getting the wall again? Yep,
He's
there he
rim-riding.
goes.
I don't know if that's going to work. That's why I said the high line may not be the best line of choice. You just don't want to hit that wall. You lose so much time and momentum. It's been a very momentum-based
Remember when Trek
track in the
Tauger...
past.
Remember when Trek Tauger won the American 700, though, after getting into the wall, coming to the flag? Dale Cole Jr.'s on his first hot lap, keep in mind, so this should be interesting.
Let's go on board with Dale Cole Jr., see what it's like around here.
191 on his hot lap there. He's got a bit of a draft off of, I believe that's one of the Menervinis in front of him. It would be Dormitory, because I don't think Masahashi's in segment 2.
About 180 in the corner, over the corner, Kenny, so they are moving about 25 miles per hour. Corner to the straight.
Keep in mind, they're not going to hear you very well when we're on board, I don't think, so. And that's a lap around the Auto Club Speedway here. We only have 1 minute and 25 left to set a time here. Mechanical problem, car 10. That's
trouble.
Ethan Kiterman.
Kiterman
Kiterman with a tire. Oh, he got into the wall. Let's go back and take a look at that. He has some pretty heavy right side damage, it looks like. Oh, no, not from there, though. He just broke down in the middle of the, or he just lost his tire in the middle of the front stretch here. See, you'll see it go. Oh no, he did get into the wall right there. He lost the right front.
We touched on Eric was right.
How fast was he going there when he hit that tire go down? He was going 199 miles an hour when that tire blew. How scary is that as a driver?
That's a hang-on moment by you, especially if you got to go from the inside to the outside. That's why they always say in driver's school, get to the outside line. It won't be as bad compared to the inside, all the way up to the outside.
And plus, less terror when you're on the outside, because once you're on the inside, you're forcing the car to go the short way around. Both the tires on left and right side, they're just screaming as you abuse them on the inside.
So now, with only about 5 seconds to go in this practice session here, we are going to pause it right here and go to the pit lane here, and we will look at the times right now. That will be Daniel Bouchard with a 196.8, Vincent Allen with a 196.7 flat there. I mean, out of that group, which cars are looking strong for qualifying? Now, we think some of those cars up top have really quick drafting speed, but for qualifying, who are you kind of looking at for their one-lap dash?
The one-lap dash, I have to say, the first two I feel like are one-off times. I feel like they got the draft. I don't know what Griffin did. We know Hobbs is fast in the long-run pace. Do it for Dale Jr. Maybe he might be the benchmark. But I think people in the 194 6s, 7s, I'm looking at maybe like a Halleck or Davidson. Those guys could be surprised in this group, and they might go for that front row, top two. But Eric, what are you thinking for the best favorites here in this group session?
Well, I would have to agree with you with the 196s there, but keep in mind, Hobbs was pretty fast there, so he might become a challenge to Vincent Allen and Daniel Bouchard. Vincent Allen, a former American 700 winner, and Bouchard has, I think, been in the 700 before.
We're going to have to go to break here in a second, so just an FYI. So, with that being said, we're going to go to a commercial break here, and we'll see you for segment 2 of practice. It has gotten a little bit more cloudy for segment 2 of qualifying here. This is all the names. Curtis, former champion DJ Curtis of the American 700, reigning champion, down to Dylan Young. Here comes Ethan Moore out of the pits, one of two Moores on the grid. They're, of course, not related. Chicken Boy and Ethan Moore are not related. How do you think the cloud cover is going to affect practice, Vince or Eric?
Eric, you
Well,
want
it
to go?
may. I'll go. Well, maybe it's gonna, maybe like cool down the track a little bit, but even here, but like I said before, even in the sun or at nighttime, this track is still gonna be at that
And Ethan
temperature.
Moore's blown up!
Ethan Moore.
Oh
Man,
my
that didn't take
God!
long. That did not take long at all for for him to blow up.
Oh my goodness!
I wonder if they didn't set something up in their car right. Like, maybe they forgot a part or something? Because that was awfully quick for a blow-up.
That's a major F.
Moore's going to be a setback for that team.
Is that a Team Tim Taylor car? I believe that is
check
Team
the
Tim
sheet.
Taylor.
It is Team Tim Taylor, yep. With Fitzwater in the crew, yep.
All right, well, the 91 car coming down pit road. That'll be a little bit of time. He might get back out there. Coming out of the pits here. Here's Vision Sports' other car. That is Rich Roy in the 029 car. Of course, it's numbered 29, but because of Bobby Jones, it has to be 029 on the timing sheet. Eric, you had something to say? I guess not. I think we're having more problems with Monaco's connection here.
Real quick about the cooler track temp, Kenny. We expect the engines to sing a little bit more with the cooler temperatures. And you also got to think, wonder what the draft times will be. We saw a 196, and we already see a 196 by Meade.
Meade is, of course, in one of the Nismos, keep in mind. Nismo Sport Nissan GTRs. 197 with Turner already, so the cloud cover is making times go quicker. So cloud cover is making times go quicker here. Vanderpej with a 198. So we're already quicker than the last practice session here. But keep in mind, everyone should have the same experience for qualifying, we hope. But you never know, really. Sean Perkins, surprisingly, the three-time AES champion here, and we have lost Eric finally from our broadcasting thing. Maybe on a commercial break we'll be able to get him back. Vince, what are some of your what are some of your thoughts on Sean Perkins?
Well, he's on an interesting team, right? As you said. I don't know. You know, he's got experience. He's on Skylark Racing.
Skylark Racing is, of course, a big wild card. We don't know how they will do.
I mean, he's got a very interesting setup. I wonder if he's going for a long run pace. He sees he's picking it up too. It was a 189, now 190. This could be a long run. We got to check out Sean Perkins. He knows what he's doing. He's a wily vet. We'll see what happens moving forward.
We also know that one of the two cars that did not set a time in the first session was his teammate. That being Evan Byrne did not set a time. He's on 0-0-0. And the other car that didn't set a time that was supposed to go out in that section was Ivan Brazenkoff. They will not be allowed to go into this section, of course, but they both had problems and weren't even put on the board. So...
Looks like we have Silver Spoon passing Perkins there. And,
yeah, Silver Spoon's going faster than Perkins, so I think the Skylark team's actually having some problems right now.
Yeah, especially after we saw Ethan Moore blow up as we see
Nick Pericles with 200 miles an hour.
That's flying Hawaiian right there by Nick.
Kenny Maya with 199.4.
The guy we just lost, Eric, 198.
Eric Monaco, his in-car report didn't go well for him there. That is a fast group of cars here. You got Matty Myatt, Kenny Myatt, and Nick Pericles in a group together there. And then as we go down a little bit down the order here, they're 20.
Making a difference for sure.
Yeah, cloud cover's definitely making a big difference here.
Got
big
Rogers,
difference for
Lamas,
these
Meade
drivers.
coming up here.
And now, DJ Kurt, this is a much faster session, actually. Much faster. So, Vince, what are some of the things that you're going to be looking at throughout this session compared, because we've got two sessions that are a little bit different from each other.
Right.
So on the overall board, naturally, I mean, right now, Daniel Bouchard would line up 20th in this group.
Yeah. You know what? I hate to say it, but this session's more similar to race pace, right? I mean, you got nighttime versus cool time with these track conditions. I don't know the guys in the first session caught the good end of the stick. They're going to have to basically readjust it. Now, I will say, is qualifying the day or the night?
Qualifying will be during the day.
If the qualifying is in the day with the full sunshine, these guys are at a disadvantage. If we get these overcast conditions, these guys hit it right in the head, the engineers and the staff. Now, Nick Pericles went 200 miles per hour. Is that going to be his overall lap? I think they're going to slow 2 to 3 miles per hour in the draft compared to single laps, but he could still be looking at a 197, and with his teammate in the draft, that could be like a 194 compared with the heat. I don't know. They'll see what happens, but right now, Nick Pericles, Van Der Pesch, Maya, Turner, Monaco, Lamas, Rogers, Meade, Curtis, Matty, they're really the top 10 you got to look at for sure.
So with Nick Pericles out there right now, it's very interesting as time goes on to see
his fall.
Also the fall-offs of all these drivers. So we've got Pericles who's on lap 8. He's already lost 3 mile an hour right there. Let's take a look at Kenny Myatt. I believe he has been out less time. He's on 7. He's lost 4 already, so it's proving that there is a distinct fall-off as we keep going here. Perkins is up there, too. Perkins is...
I'm not sure what's happening with him.
132. He must have just come out of the pits with that time, but here he goes around this track. Sean Perkins, the 3-time American 700 champion, being very, very interested in racing hard around this track. Of course, Kenny Myatt, though, is drafting off of every car he can get his hands on, as he is now in front of some other cars right now.
Sam Oskin there.
A little bit faster that time, actually. Also, there's DJ Curtis and Eric Monaco on the pit road here. We did have a mechanical problem with the 36, a tire going down originally, but that was a fixed job there. Also, fuel system issues for car number 11, but I don't know why the 11 would be... Oh, I'm sorry, that's from the last session still coming over. The 91 had, of course, the engine problem already. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Welcome back to American 700 practice number 2 here. This is, of course, the second group of cars before qualifying here. And that's Alex Rowe right there on track with Mark Silverspoon behind, or Mike Silverspoon behind. That's the father, the grandson of Richard the son of Richard Silverspoon and the father of Austin and Ty Silverspoon. Of course, all of the Silverspoons are in one session. If you take a look here, Austin, Ty, and Mike. Have any of them done anything? Doesn't look like much.
Nope.
25th, 27th, and 28th. So they're all pretty far down the order. They're going to be fun. Oh, mechanical problems for car 34. That's Jordan Presto. He had a tire issue, apparently, but there's no damage to it, so that's good. So he can keep going. So apparently he's reporting that he had picked up some damage somewhere. Eric Monaco, of course, 5th on the board. Sean Perkins, surprisingly, is the slowest car out there right now. Are you concerned for Sean Perkins?
Considering no one's locked in tomorrow for qualifying and you got a 193 with cooler conditions, this could be a little concerning. They're going to have to do some setup adjustments overnight and bring a hot rod tomorrow, otherwise they could be in danger.
Yeah. Down low, you've got DJ Curtis going by Dylan Young, who Dylan Young in a DNC car isn't doing very good, to be honest with you.
That's 11 miles per hour off the pace on a run, too. There's Kenny Myatt underneath.
And Myatt, keep in mind, who is... Oh, crash in front!
Oh, we got a wreck!
Who was that? Masahashi, maybe? It looked like that car maybe... No, didn't have damage
No,
there.
it's ahead.
Hold on, we are going off this here to find out who did that. It was a while ago. It was the 3.
Tire, or did he...
Maybe it... No, it wasn't the 3. Who is that? That was Quentin Moore, Chicken Boy.
Chicken Boy.
Maybe
Chicken Boy lost the tire.
Yeah, maybe another right front going down there.
We saw that in first practice too, but this one was a little bit more severe.
Luckily, Chicken Boy stayed up on the high line there, and was towed off and was able to roll off the track here. But tough break for Chicken Boy. Of course, he was the winner of the first Baxter's Fried Chicken at Consolation race, which is always a fun little race here. Here's Indy 500 champ Aiden Shepard. He, of course, won it in a duel with Ivan Brazenkopf, who did not set a time in segment 1.
And you're looking at Shepard here. I mean, I know it's cooler conditions, but 13 miles per hour off the pace on a run almost. That's a little concerning.
He just picked it up a bit there. He did a 187 there.
Got more smoke?
No, that was from Quentin Moore.
Yep.
Also on track, there goes Rich Roy. He's in a Vision Sport. He's one of Vision Sport's touring car drivers. And didn't know what that was. But here goes. Also on the outside, you got Tim Randolph there. Tim Randolph doing 194s. That's not too bad.
Not bad.
There goes. Sean Perkins still not doing 182 in these faster conditions is not good on a run. But if you're Sean Perkins, maybe you'll get lucky here.
Comes Ethan Moore, who blew up earlier.
Eric Monaco right now on his hot lap does a 193. Still not very quick, though. Right there. We've only got 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. Lothair Irvine there. Let's take a look at the big board. Are there any names sticking out to you other than Perkins that are not doing very well that you're surprised about?
I'm a little bit surprised about Trek. He's a veteran.
Yeah, Trek
Sam and
Tauger.
Oskin. I mean, Oskin's been in the series the full season. I'm surprised. Let's go to Oskin.
Oh, Tauger just blew up.
Perfect timing there. He either blew up or he had a tire.
Yeah, that's definitely a explosion there. And it looked like he slid in his own oil there.
A little header. Ooh, hard into the water.
And tough break for Trek Tauger there. That kind of surprised me. Because we know the Silver Speeds don't have the best reliability, but... And considering his teammate's the top of the board, that's not a great situation for him. Nick Pericles still the fastest car on track, though. Up in front of him, you've got Austin Rogers up there in another DNC. He's 7th on the board in this session.
Yep, he's right next to his teammate Cody in 6th.
Yep.
Nick Claire, let's see about Nick. Nick's just driving that thing. Look at that on the exit.
Well, you have to also keep in mind that Austin Rogers is on a little bit of a longer run, apparently, but still great showing here by Nick Pericles at the front of the field. He's on his 25th lap, and he's still doing 194s. Keep in mind, there is a better track conditions now, but it will be interesting to watch as we keep going.
10 miles per hour faster into the entrance of turn 1 compared to 205 when we saw top speeds in practice 1. So, yeah, they're definitely flying with these cooler conditions.
Here comes Samuel I'm going to mess up this pronunciation. Is it Pereira? Or is it Perea? Perea?
Perea, yeah.
Perea?
Perea, yeah. Yeah, Perea.
Oh, Perkins is finally coming in. I guess a 180 is a little too slow for him there. Here comes DJ Curtis down low. Of course, he's the reigning American 700 champion.
Got that Hooters car.
Ford Performance Technologies car there. On the outside was Ty Silverspoon in the 13 car there. And now Ozkin actually has bumped. Or so, no, who was down there with them that was splitting them up? Somebody was. But right there, I mean, Perkins is having mechanical problems with this car. But the Silverspoons are all bumping themselves around there at the bottom of the board, so that's not good for them.
Might have been Presto. Presto's back up to 9th now.
Oh, it might have been Presto, actually. You might be right on that. But whoever it was has bumped their way down up the grid a bit there. But not a big surprise at the top of the order. The first one-off car is actually Austin Rogers in the 62. That might be a little surprising. Because I would have thought someone like Avril Mead would have been up there. DJ Curtis in a Ford possibly could have been better.
Jesse Turner won our last oval we raced at in Vegas. Expect him to be strong.
Yeah, Jesse Turner. Where is Turner on the board? 4th on the board. We don't. Session is over right now, so we are going to go through this part of the board here. So right here we have a number of drivers here. Who stands out to you right now?
Obviously, Nick Pericles. He's got the quickest car out here in the Cali states, man. I don't know, but you got to look at Austin Rogers. Somebody like Cody, he's always lurking. Eric Monaco, we had him as a race reporter, right there, practice reporter, and he reported good conditions. And I'm really, surprised that rookie Presto. He's the top rookie of this session, so you always got to look for those rookies. And
Well, Austin
never count
Rogers is technically higher than him, but
right. But of the series regulars, Presto. But yeah, Austin Rogers is probably one of the few, and Turner. I just think those top 5 guys with these conditions, if they get it right tomorrow with the qualifying setups, watch out.
Of course, Austin Rogers was also the fastest in... No, not Austin Rogers. Jordan Presto was also the fastest in rookie orientation, so that'll be something to watch. We're going to go take a look at the full combined board next here, so after the break, we'll take a look at that. So this is the final order here, and as you can see, we got a couple of people here that are... As you can see, red is the segment 2 group, and green is segment 1. Now, if you're pretty low on the order on segment 1, don't really worry about it if you're low on the board and if you have a green time, because that session was a slower session. So we're going to take a look at this here. So Nick Pericles is your fastest driver all the way down. Not a lot of surprises. Maybe when you start getting down towards like Meade, Austin Rogers, a little bit there. Down, there's Daniel Bouchard, the top running of the segment 1 guys. And keep in mind, also, do you see any notable comparison between session 1 and 2? About who's leading the session, Vince?
Silver Speed, man.
Both Silver Speeds there. Rowe there. Vincent Allen was the fastest of segment 2. Tylus McAllister was really quick. I believe he's actually in segment 1. I think we messed that one up a little bit. Or no, he was in segment 2. Hold on. Those are supposed to be red. My apologies there.
Yeah, a lot of the session 1 guys.
Yeah, those 2 are session 1 people. So as you start getting a little bit lower here, down below like 20th, and if you're in segment 2, if you're in a red time, you got to start worrying, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting mix right now. We got guys that might have hit the setup, or people who are having. We get different conditions. I wonder what the conditions are going to be like. If I'm those session 1 guys, do I risk tuning it up for those cloudier conditions tomorrow?
It's going to be cloudier but warmer tomorrow. So
that's the thing. So it might equal out, right? We might get the guys who got the cloudy, they have the data, and then we got the warmer temperature guys in session 1. This would be interesting. So I don't know who's the favorite with the conditions.
As we keep going down the order, we're seeing some people down at the bottom. If you're in red and you're like Ozkin or Young, you're going to start getting really worried here. Of course, Dylan Young drives for Dominion and Caraway, and he's that far down the order. That's kind of surprising.
Do it for Dale Jr.
Well, do it for Dale Jr. He's in segment 2, though. He was in segment 1.
You're looking at the segment 2 guys. Right.
He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 9th in segment 1. And if everybody goes out similar conditions, if there's no cloud cover that moves in, that could be huge for him.
Yeah, the Silver Spoons are in danger in Perkins right now. They look like
they're in trouble. Yeah. And especially, we don't know what those 2 cars that didn't set a time were. And then once you go below, down here, you got like Sean Perkins. He's the last car there. Fitzwater, you got to be careful. He's the first car out tomorrow. Keep that in mind. Actually, Fitzwater and Perkins are the first 2 cars out tomorrow. So that should be interesting. If they catch a good cloud burst together, they might get themselves in initially. But down here, you keep going. Anderson, Dormitory, Hirano, basically everybody below Perkins obviously was segment 1 people. And if you're really this far down, you're in trouble. If you're like below Perkins and if you were in segment 1, you're still in trouble. I think across the board. So I think Perkins in similar conditions would be about Berkman's time, and then Byrne and Brazenkopf. Byrne is of course Perkins' teammate. Evan Byrne is, so that'll be something to watch going forward. And Brazenkopf is Kathneck's team, and he was actually teammates with Vincent Allen, so we don't know how those two cars are going to do tomorrow. So, any final thoughts before we go to bed for tonight? And then tomorrow we've got a qualifying. Vince, any thoughts?
Man, I don't know. This is gonna be a tough. It's hard. Usually, last season we kind of figured out with groups session with an individual. It's really gonna be who makes it happen. We have the silver speeds right up there. We got people like DJ Curtis, Lamas, people who've been around the block, Monaco, and then we got some surprises, right? We've got Presto, Rogers, heck, even Chicken Boy, right? So we don't really know, but I will say this: whoever nails it right tomorrow, it still may not even be guaranteed, right?
Yeah,
It may not
still
be
not guaranteed.
guaranteed.
You could get bumped off the pole tomorrow, for all we
So yeah,
know.
tomorrow really could be like you could be sitting at like a 180 or 195, 196. You might be comfortable, but yet, boom, conditions change on Friday, and then you gotta make a decision. So we'll see. Tomorrow will be an interesting day to set it up as we move forward.
All right, with that being said, we are going to be breaking off coverage, and we hope to see you for tomorrow's American 700 qualifying.